afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Stock Market Today. It's Alyssa Corum here with Ken Shreve. On today's show, we're going to talk about the action for the major indexes. A pretty interesting session. And we're also going to take a look at three stocks, including two leaderboard names, Ken.
Yes, indeed. We'll take a look at a very strong earnings report from Nike and also take a look at Generac and also Exact Sciences.
That we will. But first, a look at the NASDAQ here. You can see coming down, finding support at the 10-day moving average, but really coming well off of lows for the day, finishing down, if you can believe it, Ken, just 0.1% for the session, while the S&P 500 closed down about 0.4% for the day. The Dow up 0.1%. So we got a little spooked this morning, but stocks came back.
Yeah, apparently there's a new coronavirus strain in the UK that has resulted in that country being shut down again through December 30th. Apparently it's more infectious, quicker spreading, so that fueled a lot of negative sentiment at the open. But if I had a dime for every time I describe the market as resilient. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's been a very resilient market. So the Nasdaq was down, I think, 1.8% intraday. The Dow was down 400 points, but we paired a lot of those losses and ended up being a pretty good close, and saw a lot of good action below the surface again, and a lot of individual stocks.
That's right. So let's take a look below the surface. Nike had an interesting day, gaining about 5% heavy volume. This move coming on a quarterly earnings report that showed bottom line growth of 11%, top line growth of 9%. So really coming back after a couple of quarters, I guess you could say hiccups from the coronavirus crash, but looking like it's turning that around, and yet another strong quarter for Nike in terms of its digital sales.
Yeah, and John Donahoe deserves a lot of credit. He joined Nike at the beginning of this year. He came over from ServiceNow, so he's got quite a technological background. So digital sales at Nike up 84%. Digital sales have been accelerating in recent quarters under Donahoe's leadership, and China sales up 24%. So a lot of people were thinking that a lot of the good news was priced into Nike because the stock has run up so much ahead of earnings, but it gapped up today, actually cleared a 3 weeks tight pattern. We can switch over to the weekly chart and take a look at some tight weekly closes ahead of the report. Anytime you see a 3 weeks tight pattern, that's a sign of strength and support. So 3 weeks tight is a good time to maybe add to a current position. And we added Nike to leaderboard all the way back in August when it broke out of that flat base. So pleased to have it in the leaderboard portfolio.
That's right. And yeah, this has been a really great winner for leaderboard, up about 40%. So we're going to keep tabs on it, and it's 3 weeks tight buy point. But elsewhere, let's take a look at Generac GNRC, another top growth stock with a really strong performance today, coming down to its moving averages, which have converged. The 50-day, 21-day, and the 10-day all converging here, and a really strong upside reversal, gaining over 6% for the day.
Yeah, no news on this stock today, but you can see a very bullish session. It broke out over last week's high, and I like the fact that it found support at the 50-day moving average. Believe it or not, this is still a base building stock. It still needs to break out over that left side high around 234, I think it is. So it's still just a nice flat base forming here today. Kind of had the feel of a setup day, so we'll see if Generac can try to break out from this flat base tomorrow. But this was actually a quarter position, just a little starter position on leaderboard when it found support at its 50-day moving average several days ago. We increased the position today on today's strong move, and who knows, if it can break out with conviction, we may increase the position again.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye out for that, Ken. And last but not least, let's check in on Exact Sciences, ticker EXAS. Speaking of a setup day, looks like last week had a really strong session with that reversal off of the 21-day as it formed this handle. And now, a couple days later, following that up with a breakout from this handle here.
Yeah, I think I talked about this. So I think we talked about this last week on Thursday and mentioned a nice little setup day. So it extended gains Friday and then a nice little breakout today over a 139.36 buy point. So like the action in Exact Sciences, I think this one was might have been added to Swing Trader today if memory serves. But this is a company that's known for its Cologuard, which is an early detection for colorectal cancer. But it's a molecular diagnostics company. You can see very, very nice revenue growth in recent quarters. So it's got the fundamentals, it's got the technicals, everything we like to see in a stock.
And it looks like Thursday, on that reversal day off of the 21-day, one of our favorite setups in swing trader land, that's when it was added to Swing Trader. So subscribers there seeing some nice follow-ons, a nice follow-on to those gains. So another one that we're going to keep tabs on. Not profitable, but a really strong top-line growth. All right, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. And you can be sure the conversation is going to continue tomorrow morning on IBD Live at investors.com/IBD Live. It's a very interactive show. We have started this poll feature recently that we're really liking, digging into some educational topics. So it's a fun time. And as always, even though this is a shortened holiday week, I think there's still going to be plenty to talk about, Ken.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Especially we'll talk about today's bullish performance for the market. Again, the Nasdaq down 1.8% intraday. It pretty much closed break even. So today's action showed that there are still buyers around in this market. Some yellow flags out there. So we've been talking about maybe taking some money off the table here, but market is still looking pretty good.
Yeah, and something else that we'll be talking about more and more in upcoming weeks and months is IBD's newly launched financial literacy program aimed at high school and college students. If this is something that you're passionate about, if you want to partner with us or know educators who would like to partner with us, make sure you check out our site. We've got notices all over our site. The program is called MoneyWorks. You can also head to moneyworks.investors.com for more information on that. But just wanted to give that a quick little shout out. Our launch happened today, so we will be developing this program and talking about it more, like I said, in the coming weeks and months. I just wanted to give everyone a little heads up about that. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you back here tomorrow.